Welcome to another Be Humane. My name is Matthew Sky Osborne. I put out these Be Humane videos every other week. Don't forget to get your Be Humane wristbands at behumane.live. They're $5 with shipping. I think maybe it's like $6 or something like that. But you get your Be Humane bracelets because it supports what I'm doing. If you want to support me and what I'm doing and making these videos and what it costs to put all this on. Also, you're wearing the Be Humane bracelet so people can see them and ask you what they are. And you can tell them what your Be Humane is about. Be Humane is not specific to any one thing. Whatever your humane issue is, that is your Be Humane. That could be police brutality, that could be global warming, that could be education, healthcare, racism on any level, civil rights, animal treatment. Whatever your Be Humane is, that's what you wear. That's what you say when you wear the bracelet and you show it to people. So that's why you wear the Be Humane bracelet, wristband for the guys. This week, I'm going to talk about don't be a jerk. That's it. That's my message. Have a good day. I'm just kidding. What I want to talk about briefly, veiled racism. What I mean by that is people participating in and performing what I believe are racist acts, but they'll never call it that. They'll never say, yeah, I'm being a racist. Nobody wants to be called a racist. I understand that because obvious reason. It's a horrible term to be identified as, to be called a racist. So nobody wants to be called a racist. So if somebody is being racist, they're never going to tell you they're being racist. They're always going to dress it up as something else. And you see a lot of this in politics and the Republican Party, code language. You hear it in your daily lives probably, in all kind of shape, forms, and fashions. But let's define racism real quick so we're more specific about this. I got to get my phone. Okay, here we go. This is the definition of racism. Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. Let's say that one more time. Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. So, for me, in my experience, people may not even, that are participating in racism, they may not even know that they're participating in racism. What I mean by that is, you'll probably never hear like a white person being racist. You'll never hear them say something like, my race is superior to your race. You'll never hear those words. What you will hear is, your haircut's weird. Why do you dress like that? Why do you talk that way? Why do you behave that way? Your actions cause whatever results to happen to you that they have. Make like a cop being racist towards a black person. Oh, well, that black person got treated that way because of how they're behaving or how they're dressed, how they look. That's what you'll hear. And for someone to say that, I would think their belief is what they do is normal. What they do is average or accepted. So you'll never hear, my race is superior to your race. But you'll hear, why don't you behave this way? Why don't you talk that way? Because the person saying that believes what they are doing is right. or correct, or how things should be done. Superior, correct, right. That's what you will hear. And so some of the things I've seen here lately in the news and social media is, if you follow Sean King, if you're not following Sean King, follow Sean King, Shaun King. And he is very good at keeping up with current civil rights issues and racism issues that we deal with in this country, and bringing light to, veiled acts. For example, what I've seen a lot of here lately is black children getting suspended or expelled or kicked out of school for their hair. Okay? Yeah, look at this. Hat hair. Okay? So this hair right here, this is African American hair. This hair does not look like white hair. This hair may not be familiar to some white people. So this hair and how I have it, if it's twisted or braided or whatever, might be threatening to some white people, or not just white people. I'm saying white people because that's been the most of my experience. I'm not saying racism is exclusive to white people. You see it all across the board. Hispanic people, it's everywhere. Okay, so don't read into what I'm saying as far as that's concerned. That's just been my experience. So you will hear some white people discriminate against black children because of their hair. So like what I've seen is in the news and media, black kids with dreads, flat tops, any kind of hairdo that we wear, they're saying it's distracting, it's out of dress code, it's the whatever. The only thing it is different than what the other kids are wearing. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's wrong. It means it's different, and you need to expand your boundaries. Different cultures are not going to do things the way you do them. They're going to do things the way they do them. And if they're not hurting anybody, what's the problem? Okay, diversity is variety is the spice of life. That's one thing you'll hear. What I also hear a lot of is with the NFL protest. If you protest during the national anthem, people call you un-American. And if you follow this in any capacity, and if you understand the issue in any actual capacity, what's happening is these NFL players are protesting police brutality, civil rights issues, systematic racism, mass incarceration for black people. These are issues, and the nature of a protest is to bring attention to something. So you hear some white people say, why don't you protest at another time when it's more convenient or quiet? That defeats the purpose. The purpose is to bring attention to it. And so questioning government, questioning people in authority is our American right. We have the right to do that. We have the right to peacefully protest. And so when you hear these people say, it's un-American, it's this, it's that, you're disrespecting our troops, that couldn't be further from the truth to me. That is the most American thing I think you can do, is by questioning the people in control, the people in charge, our government. A lot of countries and people don't have that right. That's one of the great things about being American, is being able to do that. So when you hear that, so the point I'm trying to make is that's very American to do that, to protest is very American. People have died for the right to do that. So when you hear some white people say that's un-American. These NFL players need to be appreciative of the situation they're in. Giving them hell and attacking them, in my mind, in my opinion, that's veiled racism. You're attacking them. You'll hear it in like things they say, like, for example, they should be appreciative of the situation. Listen here, black athlete, black man. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you've been given. They haven't been given anything. They've worked for that. They've earned that. That's theirs. That opportunity, they seized that opportunity to play in the NFL, to be a professional athlete. Nothing was given to them by anybody. Attacking them, calling them an American, telling them what they should do because what those white people want them to do is, in their mind, the right thing to do because they believe what they're saying is correct, superior, better than what you're doing. I think that's racism. And hopefully that's clear. I've kind of stumbled around that. You hear some people use religion as a means of racism. And again, they'll never call it that. What I mean is, I've seen a lot of Christians use their Christianity as the right to do whatever it is they want to do, because they believe their religion is superior than Islam, for example. They'll say Islam is wrong, being a Muslim is wrong, Christianity is right. No, to you it is. Okay, that's your opinion. Okay. And you'll hear people attack Muslims and people who believe in that religion and call them terrorists, towelheads. I've heard all kinds of things. That, just, I guess, as simple as that is, that's racism to me. Because you believe your religion is superior to any other religion. Okay, and in my personal opinion, I think most people in religion are talking about the same thing. They're all talking about God. Everybody believes their God is right. Me personally, I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious at all. It's not my thing. It's not my jam. It's not how I get down. I'm a spiritual person. I believe in God, if you will, for lack of a better term. I don't know its name, but that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not going to say he. I'll say it. Being. So that's that. So all I'm trying to say here is that if you're one of those people questioning things that other cultures and races do, stop and think about that for a moment and ask yourself, are you being open-minded? Are you putting yourself in their shoes? Or are you being limited to your own thoughts and opinions, which are limited because no one can know everything? As diverse as I am, as open-minded as I am, there's all kinds of stuff I don't know that I'm always asking questions about. I have friends who are Muslims, and I constantly ask them questions about things because I want to understand, their life and their culture and their religion, to make sure I'm respectful about my interactions with them and what I say. So I'm never trying to, push my beliefs on another person. So I'm always open-minded and trying to learn to understand more things. So again, if you are a person who's questioning other races and cultures, before you maybe, I don't want to say attack, but before you start going in on them in a conversation and coming from the angle that you are correct and they are wrong, stop for a second and think about that and try to put yourself in their shoes and be open-minded and understand we are simply just different people with different ideas, thoughts, and opinions and beliefs. I really would like to go into this a lot more, but there'll be another time and place for that. I don't want to bore you with my rant about veiled racism. It's such a deep topic. You hear it in the media. You hear media people refer to black people as thugs, gangsters, criminals. They'll never say nigger. They'll never say anything like that. Now, I've been called that here recently more than in the past, because I do believe the president and his MAGA bullshit has empowered some of these racists and people in the closet with their racism to be bold and come out. But I don't believe that's most people. I believe, if anything, some white people just don't have the information, aren't as cultured as they could be. And again, that's not exclusive to white people. That includes me. That includes Hispanic people. Everybody. I'm constantly asking and trying to learn about other things to make sure I'm on the right side of things and I'm being humane and being open-minded about life and culture and people. So there you go. Veiled racism. Have a good day.